What can you expect today? We're going to give you a number of case studies and best practices from the leading industry experts that we've brought together in order to cash. We're going to be doing 2 sessions, and we're going to have a break at 2:15 p.m. for you to get some coffee, go to the restroom, water. But we want to make sure that you're engaged and ready to go with us. So we're going to show you how our technology works. And we very much want to hear your question. Your phones are in a listen-only mode. That means that the only way you can ask questions is doing it electronically and typing them into the control panel. We're going to show you how to do that. And we're going to test your understanding of the technology. See, there's a test even in our session as we start. John, let's move on to the next slide. We're going to share with you how the technology works in the control panel on the right. As you can see here, my name is Henry Ijams. Perhaps some of you have met me before at other events. You'll be hearing more from me later. Let's go on to the next slide, John. PayStream Advisors, one of the presenters of today's conference, is a research and consulting firm. We're based in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we focus on research related to the finance and procurement and operations process in back office, shared services, billing, collections, and payments. That's what we're talking about today. We've been doing this for the past 12 years, and we're based in Charlotte, North Carolina. Our other sponsor of today's session is the Accounts Receivable Network. Some of us call it TARN, or T-A-R-N, which is emerging as the leading resource for information about accounting and finance executive order-to-cash processes. So TARN has developed a tremendous amount of research and content, educational materials to help finance, billing, collections, treasury managers learn and improve their finance processes. So we're delighted to be partnering with them on the delivery of this summit today. Next slide. Your phones are in listen-only mode, but we do very much want you to participate and ask questions. There's going to be 2 ways you can ask questions. The first is to type them into the control panel under the Questions tab, and to let us know that you are accurately doing that. We want you to type in the word GO into that Questions tab and send it to us, and we'll let you know that we're receiving those back to us. Excellent. I see the GOs coming in now. That's just exactly the way you're going to ask questions during our presentation. In fact, we really want you to ask them live while we're meeting. We're going to save the questions on John's session for at the end of his presentation. And I see so many coming in. But type them in as it goes. It will not interrupt John. He doesn't see them. We're going to save them to the end, and we'll mention them. We also have an opportunity to take your phone off mute if you want to have dialogue with the presenter at the question and answer session. All you need to do that is raise your hand, which is there's a little next to your name. There's a place to raise your hand, or you can type in, "I want to be taken off mute," and we'll take your phone off mute so you can ask your question in real time. Next slide. Alrighty, that's the raise hand button right there that you saw. You're learning how to ask questions. Keep advancing it for us, John. Thank you. Excellent. You've already figured that all out. You're doing great with the control panel. Keep going, John. Okay, now you can control or close the control panel so it doesn't hide these wonderful slide materials that we've developed for you. The way you do that is by clicking on that orange arrow, and it shrinks the panel. You can bring the panel back up by clicking on it again. Go ahead and try that. All right, let's move on to the next slide. So today's agenda, as we promised, is we're going to be sharing with you the order-to-cash process with the online credit applications at 1:30. Right now, we're starting with Mr. John Salick. He's up next.